Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and to all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up. Well, it is indeed a brand new day. I have not gone out walkies yet, and it is, boy, coming up on 11? Yeah, it's a little after 11, and I am recording this. Usually it's late afternoon, but I'm feeling pretty filled with energy. Son of a gun. But yeah, I had a therapy day, and we talked about a lot of things, and it was good. So, one of the things that I talked about him with, I mentioned to him was that the user, Burial Goods, the guy who does meme-like videos, released a new one today. And it's, while not as good as the one that just, it's the gold standard here, it's the gates of hell are locked from the inside. This one is good too. It starts off weird, I mean semi-normal weird, with a guy just saying, hey, girls are all the same. And the reply from the other person is, do not go into the tall grass. And then it zooms in on the horrified other person's face with, do not go into the tall grass. And then fades into the horror part where it's being repeated, but at first so distorted you can't really understand it. You'll wish for death, but something far, far worse awaits you. And just keeps repeating that, getting clearer and clearer, less distorted, never getting fully undistorted, while this cryptid type, deep baked face comes in around behind the words. But over the top of this is music that keeps building up in a positive way. And then it ends with something like, you'll wish for death. And then ends. And it's like, oh my God. Beauty and art. Thumbs up for that. But another thing that I wanted to mention, I was asked in the comments if I would be able to play so that I could explain Skoventyr. Now, I have played this and won, but yeah, like any instruction manual, they're not easy to understand. And in this case, I don't know if it's just because it's not easy to understand, or it's because they take rules that may be easy to understand but translate them into English and suddenly they're not so clear. It took a lot of my just looking at the rules and playing it and figuring it out before I got it figured out. So I am going to do my darndest to get this recorded. It might be later tonight, in which case the video will go tomorrow. But I do want to play this for the channel, because it's fun. When you've got Garmly Eric chasing Vogter the Badger through the forest, trying to get the soul of the forest. So it's good. Good stuff. So I'm going to be playing this one later. But, itchy nose. Digging that out reminded me, I'm not sure what package it came in. Probably some Iron Helm thing, because I get stuff from the Game Crafter, which you order a game, they make it, they send it to you. And it can be fairly cheap if you buy packs of booster cards, like for the game Iron Helm, which I've done a lot of. They're only like $5, and it's an adventure, a bunch of cards that you put in with the deck, and it's pretty easy. It's like maybe 25 or so cards, and you can get them for like anywhere $5 to $7. I'm pretty sure it was in an order like that. But I bought the game Desolate and most of its expansions. One of it turns the solo game into a multiplayer game. I don't need that, so I'm not going to buy that expansion. But I got the game Desolate. They sent me another copy of the game Desolate that I did not order. I do not know how much it cost them to make this. I don't have the money to send it back, and for them to get it back, if they send me the money to send it, they're not going to get any profit back by the time that they are paying for the postage. So, and there's not even a way to just say, hey, you sent me stuff, what do I do? I'd have to search hard to find an email address and then probably just have them say, guess you got a freebie. Now this one I opened up because they also sent me this. And it says 1 player, 25 minutes. Apparently it's part of like a suite of games that he calls like the Deadverse. And they're all different games and different types of games, but apparently they'll mix and match and you can add. It's some sort of miniatures runner, and the case here is actually the board. Like I said, I've opened it up, I've looked at it. It's not really the kind of, I mean, I love zombie things, and I love zombie games, I love that sort of stuff, but there's a small skirmish, run away from zombies. I don't know how much they lost sending this stuff to me, but they lost some. Past that, let's see. Oh yes, I have been trying to severely limit my caffeine intake. Not because I have issues sleeping if I take caffeine. In fact, caffeine puts me to sleep. I have to be very careful when I drink caffeine because I will fall asleep. And if I take a 200 milligram caffeine tablet before going to bed, I fall asleep and I stay asleep. Because caffeine, if you have ADHD/ADD, caffeine gets your brain functioning like a prescription stimulant, like Ritalin does, so that your brain is working properly or close to it, at which point, because it's functioning properly, you can sleep. So your brain sleeps. Your body is revved up on caffeine, sort of, except like I say, it makes me sleep. My whole body just goes, oh. So I'm trying to cut down on caffeine though. Why? My blood pressure. Before I took Ritalin, my blood pressure was always, for the past like 8 years before that, 113, no, even longer than that, like 15 or more years, my blood pressure was like 113/60 with a pulse of under 60. Since I started taking Ritalin and it almost gave me a stroke, I have had troubles with getting my blood pressure down. I take 2 blood pressure meds, one for my blood pressure, the other for ADD. It's still up around 150/88 at times. So I got to impress upon my doctor that this is not being good, because blood pressure like this is a problem for your future you, but I am future me now. I can't put this off. This is something that future me, which is now present me, has to take care of. Luckily, I see my doctor on the 3rd of October, at which point I'm going to show them the blood pressures that I've been taking that show it's not working. Because again, I take one for my blood pressure, pretty powerful one in the mornings. And then before I go to bed, I take my ADD blood pressure one, because it's a blood pressure medication, but a side label use for it is it helps quell some of the ADD effects. You're able to concentrate better and help sit down better. One of the reasons I take Wellbutrin. One of the side label things is for ADD/ADHD. You can concentrate a little better. It helps you sit still a little better. It ain't perfect, but it's better than nothing. But I take the blood pressure one just before going to bed, so that in the morning, when I'm at that 24-hour period of not having, took my blood pressure med, now there's nothing in my system anymore, and I need to take the med, I've got the other one going, oh, I got this for you. Why all that? Well, I still drink Earl Grey, such like that. And I have green tea. Green tea is better for you because it's got I can't even remember the name of the substance in it. It's like theanine or L-theanine. But it makes the effects of caffeine better for you by damping down the bad parts and lifting up the good parts. So it's actually not a bad thing. And then in the afternoon, I'm just drinking flavored tea. Now, I start at noon, I start drinking chamomile. And it doesn't really seem to calm me down because I can take 3 cups of chamomile tea and then get up and go out walking and then not feel anything at all. But if it helps keep me a little calmer, because there ain't nothing you can do to stop the effects of caffeine on your body. If caffeine decides that this is the day that you will die, and that sometimes happens to people, you don't have to pass the lethal barrier. It could be just a cup of coffee. If caffeine decides it's time for you to die, there's nothing that they can do for you in the hospital except make you comfortable as you die. Caffeine is one of those dangerous friends like fire and electricity, except you might live through the fire and you might live being shocked. Caffeine is going to sit on your chest until it watches the light of your life vanish entirely from your eyes. Thumbs up. So, that's what I'm doing with that. I have just taking a look here to see if I had anything else out that I wanted to talk about, but I can't see it. ADHD. If I don't have it right here, it doesn't exist. That's right. Oh boy, one line of thought. With my bone spurs on my heel, I spent 40 years of not having any problems with my bone spurs. I'd forgot I had them. They're starting to fade again. I've gone from barely able to move in here to race walking again outside. It doesn't feel good, but it doesn't hurt anywhere near what it used to. I do have to be careful. When I came down hard the other day and smashed the bottom of my heel, the sole of my foot underneath the heel there, it's still bruised. And if I stomp while I'm walking, and it's easy to do while wearing boots and walking quickly, that bangs right into the sole, which smashes up into the bottom of the heel, and I think I bruised the bone. So, I gotta be very careful when I walk, or boy, oh boy. Past that, though, I have been trying to play computer games. I have been trying to play other types of games. I've mostly been thinking, and that's okay. I think about lots of things, and that's good. I'd had some thoughts. It was about neuroplasticity, and I was thinking of something that I do that kind of ensures neuroplasticity. Because with neuroplasticity, you need to learn different things, or at least attempt to, so that your brain is continually making new pathways, new neural connections. So there was something I was doing that reminded me that was like, yeah, that's a really big thing for neuroplasticity. Unfortunately, I can't remember what it is, so hopefully that's not because I have dementia, and instead it's because I suffer from severe ADHD and ADD. Here's a hoping. I'm also poking and picking at my arm because I got my arms crossed while I'm talking, so thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, if you are a Patreon patron, thumbs up. Thank you so very much. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. Without your help, I would be not in a terrible place right now, but I would not be in a comfortable at all place. I mean, I'm not comfortable here, but it's so much more comfortable than being here. Thank you so very, very much. When you look in the mirror, you are looking at someone who is beautiful and awesome, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And if you have left me a comment, thumbs up, and thank you. I read every single one of them that YouTube shows me. It doesn't show me every one of them, so joy on that. But each one I read, thumbs up and thank you. I do my best to give a thumbs up or a heart on them, and then if I can, through my nerve compression pain issues, I answer as many comments as I physically can, which is not anywhere near as many as I would like. But thank you so very, very much. You too are beautiful and awesome. And of course, since I've forgotten to bring it up in the beginning again, I do have a GoFundMe, if you could check that out. I have gotten a $20 donation, and I, again, cannot remember the name of the person who sent it, so my sincere apologies. I will get you here hopefully tomorrow, but it is appreciated. If you could donate through the GoFundMe so that I can get me a computer that... This laptop, I love it. It is awesome. But it has troubles just running Steam. Let alone the games. So, joy on that. So, if you could donate, that would be very awesome. But, do not, if you do not have the money, if you do not wish to donate, or any other reason you could think of that you would not wish to. If that is true, please do not. I am not trying to grift. I do not want anyone to hurt themselves. Only if you have money left over after you have taken not only your basic needs, but your other wants, needs, and desires. Only if you've done that, if you have any that you are willing to part with, would I ask you to think of a donation. If there is a break in the chain anywhere up to that point, please do not. I do not want to grift. I do not want anyone to hurt themselves. So thumbs up. But past that, I am just going to edit, render, upload. I am really super talking with my hands today. Talking with your hands is a method of stimming, and I have talked with my hands all my life. This is a publicly non-discriminatory type of stimming, because I have, looking back at my life, anytime I have gone through and exhibited any of the typical behaviors of an autistic person, I have brutally stomped on those behaviors. I watched as a child what happened when people were different, and I did my best to not get stomped on. So I have brutally crushed any of the things that would identify me as different. Now, as I've gotten older, I am different, and I don't bother trying to hide it anymore. But still, old behaviors are hard to change, and I stomp on stuff. But I still try to talk with my hands as best I can, because it is a good and valid form of stimming. Thumbs up. And if you've watched this far, if you could type dead end into the comments for engagement with the YouTube algorithm, and to let me know that at least one or maybe two people watched this far, that would be very, very cool. I don't know why. Sometimes this, when it records, will keep everything backwards, and sometimes it's all forward, so you can read it without having to go, what is it backwards? I have no clues why and how. I can't change it on my video editor. If you hit, oh, I'd like to reverse that whole video, and it just reverses that clip. So, which means sound too. Joy. Anyway, I'm going to be doing all that, and then I'm going to be occupying myself with my electronic equipment, with my solo board games, with my solo RPG stuff. I'm going to be drinking tea and doing my best to go out on many more walkies today, because I haven't gone on any yet because of my therapy. Thumbs up for that. So, hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done. If not, please do not beat yourself up. It will not help you get them done better next time. It's only to punish yourself. So please, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is indeed a very, very good thing. Yeah, normally it takes me a lot to recover from a therapy session. So either I'm just doing very well today, or it's going to hit me later, delayed reaction. I mean, it's never bad, it just takes time to let things process. So, no ideas, but as soon as this is all uploaded, I'm out on walkies. I'll have a breakdown in public out there. You take care. I'm not going to have a breakdown. I'm not, like I said, it's just processing time.